Welcome to Talk Tuesday, a series dedicated to empowering youth and families. This series is brought to you by Steps Foundation Incorporated, where advocacy meets education for the betterment of young minds. Each month, we explore meaningful topics designed to inspire growth, spark creativity, and equip our listeners with the tools they need to thrive. I'm Amaya Ward McCaskill, your host and peer educator at Steps Foundation Incorporated. This month, we're focusing on something that keeps us all going, heart health. February is Heart Health Awareness Month, a time to learn how to protect and strengthen one of the most vital organs in our body. Throughout the month, we'll be diving into important discussions about understanding cardiovascular wellness, how nutrition plays a role in heart health, the benefits of staying active, and the connection between stress and heart disease. Whether you're a teen, a parent, or a college student, heart health matters at every stage of life. So let's get ready to take care of our hearts together. Over to you, Ilani.
Hi everyone. So my first question is, what are the best food for maintaining a heart health?
Repeat the question one more time, Milani.
So what are the best foods for maintaining a heart health?
Ooh, the foods for maintaining her health. Look, come on, Smith, that yogurt with the honey.
Is there a reason I can't hear no one?
Oh, you can't hear us? Uh-oh. Oh, he can't hear. We hear you. Let's see. Let's see. Look, Uncle Smith might have to come back. I will say vegetables.
Hello, hello, hello.
We hear you.
Hello, hello, hello.
We hear you. You hear us? Nope. But yeah, fruits and vegetables, I think, are super important for heart health. Um, Fibers and proteins, any of those things that we can kind of get in and just maintaining like that nice, nutritious meal if we can. I think it definitely is one of those things where we have to work hard and be well prepared for what we are trying to enter into our bodies for sure. Let me make sure Smith has he can unmute. There we go. There we go. But yeah, balanced meals, y'all. Balanced meals, I think, is super important. Go ahead, Elani.
Yeah, I agree. You can eat like salmon, like because they have like omega-3 fatty acid,
Yes.
and they help you to reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, and like vegetables, like berries, like nuts and seeds, like that kind of stuff you can eat for like the heart.
Them leafy greens. And I don't think a lot of people are like leafy green eaters. Like, do you guys eat a lot of leafy greens?
I tried. It
What's
depends.
what's your go-to?
Growing up, it was broccoli, but last year I tried Brussels sprouts for the first time. I ate some asparagus here and there. It was different. Yeah,
And it was different.
I'm trying.
You do like spinach or things with kale, collard
I
greens,
do
turnip greens.
spinach if it's in something, not
Okay.
like, by
Mm,
itself. But mhm.
Alana's like, yeah.
But I didn't know salmon was good for your heart. So that's
Yeah.
good to know because that's like one of my favorite meats.
Anything that has like that omega-3. So if you are like salmon or tuna or I think trout is considered like one of those things that's high in so it's like those fatty acids. So like as long as they have those fatty acids, that is good for your heart. But let's say like there are some people who don't like the smell or the taste of fish.
Doesn't bother me, but yes.
It don't bother me. They do have the vitamins. So like you have like the omega-3 vitamins that contain like fish oils or things like that where you can take those. Now I'm gonna say like if you are not a pill taker, it is a huge pill. It is not a tiny one. It's one of them really big capsules that has like a lot of those omega-3s. But they can be the supplement if you're a person who doesn't like to eat fish. I know some people are texture eaters, so
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. Because like fish is like soft or mushy, or they can't get past the smell of it. So if you are that person, there are vitamin supplements that can be used to help, and those things are good for your heart. Yep, it's a great question, Ilani. And no, I am not a doctor. Nope.
Okay, my next question is are eggs are good or bad for your heart health?
Ooh, hold on. Let Darlene unmute. Come talk to us about these eggs, girl. You know, make her co-host. Darlene, what you say about these eggs? Are they good or bad for our heart health? Now she done ran away. She's like, you gonna put me on the spot. I think eggs are hit and miss. Eggs are high in cholesterol.
Is that depending on how you cook them or
It's depending on how much you eat it.
oh, okay.
So I think this is true about anything that we consume, right? Things are good in moderation. Is when we overdo it or we overconsume it that it becomes a problem. And yes, a lot of times if we're having eggs, right, it's either going to be fried or scrambled, or when it's boiled, it's not as much of like the oils that's within it. But eggs are good for protein. But again, it also increases your cholesterol. So if you eat eggs all the time, cooked eggs at least, it's a hit and miss. It's like that toss up. But then I guess we could say the same thing about if we eat too many nuts or if we eat too many leafy greens, because if you eat kale or spinach every day, your body grows a tolerance to that too, and it causes other health issues. So it's a toss up. It's literally anything that we eat. If we eat it over and over and over again, it creates a problem. So that's actually a very good question. But eggs are good for you in moderation. Mick, can you hear us? Let's see. Well, you can unmute.
Yeah. Now,
Yay, he's back.
sorry about that. Man, I had to crash the whole system and start all over. So what was we talking about? Eggs?
About eggs. She asked if eggs is good for heart health. And I was like, eggs can be high in cholesterol, which is bad for our heart, but just like everything else in moderation, right? So like eggs are good for protein and they can be good for your health, but you just gotta eat it in moderation.
Yeah. Yeah, or you could be allergic to eggs like my grandson. So you gotta like, again, I think moderation. Back in the day when I was young, it was like eggs were bad for you. They was telling you not to eat eggs because it was high in cholesterol. Then the great thing about humans is we evolve. And a lot of the things we didn't eat in the 1800s, we're eating now. And a lot of things we didn't eat, or that we did eat, we don't eat now, as much. So again, the more we evolve, the more we have studies done on
Yeah.
scientific, hard data, I think everything will work its way out. But again, everything in moderation. You don't need to, overdo it.
Don't eat the same thing over and over and over every day.
You know what? My robotic side, my OCD, I could eat the same thing over and over every day, and it wouldn't bother me one bit. I'm being real. Like my wife had to challenge me to stop eating like that because I can literally eat fried chicken, rice, and corn every single day of my life and be totally happy. Now I know that's not healthy, but I mean, I could
Fried chicken, rice, and corn.
every
I
day,
love it. He got a whole
every,
meal. He like, I'm good.
every day, every day.
The worst meal for you, for your heart health.
Right? I mean, there's a lot of oil in there, you know what I'm saying? Some butter, some
Okay.
salt. Hey,
Oh
gotta
my
have a
God.
vice.
I love it. I love it. Now I'm a challenge, you guys with a question because thinking about like those eggs, right? How many of you eat eggs every day?
Mm.
I see a no.
Me.
You eat eggs every day.
Not every day,
Breakfast?
but like every day.
Yeah.
Mm.
Scrambled? Or you eat it all kinds of ways, like different ways each time.
All of them. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cut back on some of them eggs, girl. Like, protect that
It
heart.
says, so it says like eggs and then I just did a quick Google search, but eggs in moderation do help with the heart. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I mean, again, I think let me just say this. Without being a doctor or like a nutritionist, again, like some people's body compositions can't do, maybe an egg a day or, more than twice a week. So again, I think just being in touch with your body and how it's individually created, and then having those regular meetings with your doctor. And I think this is probably getting off the beaten path, but just going around being holistic, making sure you understand your body, I think will then kind of like help you understand what kind of nutrients or how many Pacific, whether it's 2 pieces of bacon or 1 piece of toast, once you get in tune, like a lot of people like, and you can fact check this if you want, but like horse jockeys, the people that ride the horses for a living, right? Regulate on a very, very strict diet where their body can function at a high level with like the least amount of intake because you got to figure their whole purpose is to ride fast on a horse. And the more weight that horse has, the slower it's going to go. So, I mean, there's notorious stories about jockeys surviving on 1 peanut a day. Now, that's really being in tune with your body. You know what I'm saying? Even like prize boxers. Well, not even just prize boxers, but boxers that do it for a living. Their body is their temple, and so they'll cut or they'll fast for so long, then they'll rehydrate. So again, I think that goes just to knowing your body about the egg intake and how it would affect your heart.
I love that. And I think even to add to that, right? Find out your family history. Because if your family history shows that you guys often have high cholesterol problems, you definitely want to do your due diligence to try to cut back on things that are high in cholesterol that will aid in you having that issue later on down the line. So, and I know this is one of the things that we've kind of talked about before, right, Smith? Is like a lot of times we don't know enough about that family history and the things that are happening in the in between. Because even if you ask, is there a history of heart disease in your family? Now, what does that look like for you, and how do you make sure that you're protecting yourself?
And then a lot of that, to make it even more complicated and diluted, is if you let's just say you do ask about heart disease or high cholesterol or whatever in your family. So like for my father, for instance, if someone had asked me if it was just heart disease, I would say yes, right? My father had heart disease, but it wasn't from high cholesterol, it was from smoking. So, again,
Right.
being mindful of what questions to ask and then asking follow-up questions to understand because
Right.
maybe it's not the egg that's doing you the damage. Maybe you're frying that egg in too much salted butter. Maybe
Yeah.
you're having a hard-boiled egg, clean and natural, but now you got buttered toast, you got honey on your yogurt. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
hey, hey, hey.
You know, you got whipped cream on your potatoes. Maybe it's not the egg. You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful of what we're talking about, and and
Yes,
and maybe eggs aren't the
yes.
cause. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Look, come on, Smith. Look, don't
Just
make me
saying,
go and
man.
change that background now. Let me put the collection plate up early.
Come on now. Come on now.
I love it.
Okay. So my next question is, how does caffeine affect your heart function?
Ooh, that coffee. How many of y'all up in here coffee drinkers? Because caffeine increases your heart rate. For sure. But I think this goes back to the in moderation. Do the things in moderation and not daily. It helps a lot more when it's limited. But then how many of us have coffee every day or multiple times a day? Or I can't get the little cup, I gotta have a big cup because it gotta last me all day. I think that's where we start to run into the problems is we start to overdo it or we start to feel like we have to rely on it. Because when you think about caffeine, that is caffeine in your sodas. If you're a coffee drinker, if you're a person who likes some of the teas, because some tea has caffeine in it, there's definitely caffeine. You're a black tea drinker, green tea too, because green tea is high in caffeine. So it's everything is good in moderation, y'all. You just gotta limit that intake.
And it's it. So I speak from lived experience, right? I don't smoke. My father did, so I seen that. Both of my parents drank coffee. And I can't stand either one. Like I can't stand coffee, But what's crazy about caffeine is, it's in almost everything to a certain extent, whether it's large
Yeah.
amounts, little amounts, you know what I'm saying? It's in soda, of course it's in coffee, it's in chocolate. You know what I'm saying? It's a natural ingredient of coca, right? So we have to be mindful of that. It is a stimulant, right? And so of course it's going to release some your chemicals that create all of this anxiety. And what's crazy about it is you start doing so much you don't even know. You become immune. I don't want to say immune. Immune is not the word. You probably become so nonchalant that you don't even know what it's doing to your heart, right? And not necessarily your heart, just in general. So like I had asked my wife not too long ago, she's a coffee drinker. I'm like, yo, babe, what's up? Like, do you need it? She was like, not really. I just now it's just cause like it's
It's a
part of my
habit. Yeah.
routine. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy because as we get older, see now you young folks are looking at it like, oh, I'm gonna hit me some Dutch Brothers, I'm gonna hit me some Starbucks, I'm gonna hit me a Mako, Capiato, and all of these things, upside down, frozen strawberries in there. It ain't really coffee, but there's coffee in there. I'm disguising it, kind of like nicotine and vape. But anyway, not to get off subject, you know, you get caught up in it thinking, oh, I just need this to get to school. Then the next
Yeah.
thing you know, oh, I need this to go to bed. Oh, I need this to do this, and I need this to do that. And the next thing you know, you become immune to it, and then you don't even know that it's doing something negative to your body. I have to say this in all transparency, like was so like 95-ish, 1995-ish, 96, probably from like 1993 to about 2000, I was doing like probably 4 bottles of Coca-Cola and a Snicker bar every morning before 10 a.m. Like just on the go, trying to get to work, starting work throughout the day. I didn't even see a problem with it. Did not see a problem with it at all until my wife brought it to me. It was like, man, you drink a lot. I'm like, it's only soda, not understanding. I'm almost going through a case a day. And I'll tell you, when I started to wean myself off, man, those headaches was vicious. Like
Yeah.
trying to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even going front. So then uh, now I might do maybe one Coke a week, if that. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you, coming off those headaches were no joke. I'm not gonna lie. And I was like, okay, that can't be healthy if I'm not drinking this and I have to go through this to not drinking no
Right.
more, that can't be healthy. So that's just fair warning that I've lived this whole caffeine addiction. That's a lot of soda in one day. I was doing it every single day with a Snicker bar, like killing it like it's nothing.
More bottles.
Or I swear, those 16-ounce bottles, boom,
Ooh.
killing it. Hey, now listen, young folks, I'm not saying like that. I wasn't drinking water. Like once I did those 4 bottles of soda and that Snicker bar, I might eat lunch. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like a healthy lunch. I wasn't drinking water, you know. Then I probably have another 2 or 3 more sodas, you know, and then it's just like I said, I didn't even trip on it. I didn't even trip on it until, it was brought to my attention and I stopped and I was like, ooh, wait, this can't be healthy, And then those monster drinks with the caffeine, they had me in the hospital. My heart was racing. Yeah, I'm serious. I
Yeah.
was in the
And
hospital.
those are like so high in
Oh
caffeine, like so high.
man,
And see,
man.
I'm glad that you bring that up too, because like a lot of our students are drinking Red Bulls, Monsters. What's the ones in the little tiny bottles? Like the
Hey,
5 hour
5 hour
energies.
energy.
Yes. Like all those things are like horrible for you.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Not only are they full with caffeine, but they're also dietary supplements. So they're repressing your ability to eat. They're repressing your natural sensories to want to eat. So you just going out here slamming all this caffeine, then you throw
Yep.
these 5 hour energies or these other things in there, and now you suppress that. You cannot tell me that can be healthy for your heart. Not eating can never be
Exactly.
healthy for your heart. You know what I'm saying? So if caffeine itself isn't the direct effect on your heart, then the indirect stuff is definitely effect on your heart.
Exactly. Oh, good points, Nick. Good point.
Yeah, hey, I lived it. I know.
Yeah. My partner, he drinks Monster, and he used to drink it like every day. He told me one time he drank Monster without eating, and he needed to go to the bathroom. Like his stomach got so bad drinking Monster, but he drinks once in a while. But he the one telling me to drink water, but he drinks Coke in the morning. He drink a Monster, and I'm like, no, the one that needs to drink water is you, not me. But I drink coffee. I get a headache if I don't drink coffee. I can't, I need to wake up because I need it. But I may be addicted to coffee, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not a doctor, but if you're getting a headache because it's coffee, then there's probably some caffeine addiction in there, possibly.
Yeah.
Uh, or maybe it's just the psychological effect because that happens as well, right? Like again, I'm not a doctor, but there's studies out there that show our brain becomes accustomed to something, and then the psychoanalytic part is telling us, oh, we need this, right? And then maybe it's not the actual chemical, but it's our mind playing tricks on us. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, like, if you think that maybe the reason is the coffee, see if you can wean yourself off for a day or two, or maybe 3, right? And see if they're there. And then when the headache does come, try drinking water, try drinking, a natural juice, not the juice from concentrate, because that's just pure sugar. But I'm talking like natural juice, And then if the headache is still there, right, then it may be something else. But if it goes away, then it could just be the act of doing it. You see what I'm saying? So the act of drinking coffee, and then you replace that with the act of drinking water or natural juice, and the headache goes away. That's the psychoanalytical part. You know what I'm saying? So again, just some things to be accountable. But at least you know that if you don't drink it, you get a headache. So now you got to do something about it.
Yeah, I would try that. My mom, she gets like really mad if she doesn't drink coffee. Like
Mhm.
she needs coffee, she gets a headache, she's a bad mood. She, she's another
And
person.
and that's the agitation, right? Because again, not trying to compare the two. And again, on the stance that I am not a doctor or a clinical psychologist or anything, when we start talking about chemicals, whether it's, nicotine, whether it's caffeine, whether it's narcotic, whether it's an opiate, barbiturate, whatever the case is, there's always a side effect. You know what I'm saying? And even I had just learned this, not to get all medical, but um, side effects of chemotherapy are just the same as nicotine and caffeine. You get these bipolar kind of feelings and you get this agitation because that's when you say your mom gets mad. She's probably not mad, she's probably more agitated. And when you see somebody agitated, that's just a heightened awareness of what's going on. So let's just say, the car won't start in the morning and you haven't had your coffee, and instead of just understanding that the car won't start, now it just is a buildup. You're agitated that the car won't start. And then now you get, what some people say, oh, they're angry or they're upset. They could be, but I think it's more agitated than actually being upset. And then for some people, again, like the psychoanalytic part, it's just the act of not having it. So I'm gonna be pissed at the world. and I definitely understand that.
Yeah. Okay. So my next question is, what are some of the worst food for the heart health?
Salt. I think it's salt. Uh, Definitely high fatty foods. And I don't say fatty foods, but like meat with a lot of fat in it. So pork, you know what I'm saying? The skin of the chicken, that's why they tell you if you eat chicken, take the skin off. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that stuff just adds to the hypertension or the high cholesterol. So again, so let's understand this. I think at the basics, and again, I'm not a doctor, just reading stuff. I think at the fundamental aspect, probably everything we eat has some kind of negative effect on the heart. And what I mean by that is everything we digest and we take in, goes through our bodies and through organs and whatnot. And then for the most part, our arteries get clogged up because, we don't probably necessarily eat clean like we should. And then when they get clogged up, especially the arteries, what is it, the ventricle and the atrial? I'm not but I know there's some big name arteries that come out the heart. When those get clogged, regardless of what you're eating, the heart has got to work harder now. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say there's necessarily one bad thing that of food that affects the heart. I think it's a culmination of a lot of things. You know, they say, eat a lot of fish, right? Because fish has the natural things to clean you out. And I will say this, and again, not being stereotypical, not trying to, be race bashing or anything, but in the Asian society, there isn't a lot of high level heart disease. They're generally eat more clean than Western civilizations, and that's proven with my mother-in-law, who is from the Philippines. She doesn't have a history or a family history of high cholesterol, diabetes, heart disease, or anything. And then she comes here and her diet changes. Now she's off the fresh fish and the natural organic fruits and vegetables that's grown locally in her environment. And now she's here eating a lot of preserved food, pre-processed food, high in salt, high in this, high in that. And then now she suffers from different forms of ailments that come along with your diet. So again, I wouldn't say there's necessarily one bad food. I think it's a collective of them all. But any kind of deep fried food, that's a red flag. Deep fried food, things like that, not good for you at all. Not the heart.
Processed foods for sure. So like if you're a person who likes salami, sausages, bacon. Look, I know Spitler because I'm holding my hand up too, because look, that's me. All those things are bad for your heart because, like he said, they're high in salt and they're high in fat. And if
Yes.
you're a person who likes milk, dairy products, so whole milk, so not 2% or not that skim milk. Like if you are the whole milk drinker, it is bad for you. And if you're a person who like eats cheese all the time, and look, I'm sorry, but we are a lover of cheese over here. Look, we love all the things that's bad for us, right? But butters and creams and like all those things are what's bad for us, but very, very bad for our heart.
And that's why, so here in this land, this country, we are the land of opportunity of excess. There's no reason somebody should be in a buttercream pie. There's no reason for that. But we do because we can. You know what I'm saying? So understand, young people, that all of these things that we tell you not to eat, it's being bombarded on you because we can eat it. It's up to you to be accountable and to have the self determination to say, I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that. But again, if you do, join the rest of us and understand what comes from it.
Listen, it tastes good, y'all. We know. It
Hey,
tastes so good.
I woke up Sunday. I made salmon croquettes, fried in butter, extra cured peppered bacon, fried in its own juice or grease. Who am I to tell you what not to eat? I can just only give you the information.
Listen, look, that's it right there. We're gonna pass this information along because we want y'all to be better than us. Okay,
Absolutely.
We want you guys to do better than what we are doing.
I actually saw a video, I think it was on TikTok, where this lady, she moved from United States to Spain, I think, and she was talking about her skin got clear because of the food, Spain, especially I think because the food in here in America is not good, I guess.
That's true.
Our food is highly processed. Like if it can be given to you pre-done, it will be given to you pre-done. When you think about like going to other countries, they are very much so this came from a plant. So like farm to table is really what you're looking at in other countries. And over here, it's farm to a plant, to another plant, to your table. So it has been processed twice over before it ever reaches your house.
And again, so I think this is a very important question. They both have been, but this one in particular, because I think as an adult, as I would call myself sound and reasonable, and to can't assume that everyone understands what a healthy diet looks like or sounds like. And a lot of us live in what they call fresh fruit deserts, where it might be a mile or two to the next fresh fruit stand or whatever the case is. So I just heard this thing on the news that a guy last year decided he seen something on TikTok, like the young lady just said, about eating just red meat and cheese. So this cat decided he was going to eat hamburgers every day. So eventually it caught up to him and he caught some disease and yellow bumps all over his body. And at the end of the day, the doctor was like, you know what? This is just a reminder to people that you need a balanced diet. Like one thing is you can't live on one thing alone. Yes, you can eat it every day. Like I said, I could, but it's not balanced. You know what I'm saying? So make sure when you're intaking these things and you're thinking about your heart, baked foods, not good for the heart. Butter, margarine, mayo, all these things that have oil in it, right? Like Sis said, dairy, all it does is clog your arteries. And so ask fast food. Fast food clogs your arteries. I don't care how good that double burger with the bacon and the avocados taste, it clogs the arteries. So, take that.
So good though.
I ain't eating no fake burger. I know they be selling them out there, those fake imitation burgers that they made of man, look, my daughter brought me a salad one day, and it was the best salad ever. And as I'm eating it, I'm like, man, what is this? And she was like, oh yeah, Dad, that's fake chicken or fake something. And I picked it all out. I said, don't you ever bring me no fake animal. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Now the rest of the salad was delicious, but I ain't eating no near beef. I'm not eating no fake chicken. I'm not eating no tofu. If I'm going to eat it, I want the whole experience.
But did you like the tofu before you knew
No,
it?
no,
I
no,
don't know, because you
no,
said it was so good.
no. Listen,
Listen, I think had she not told him it was
Right.
tofu, he would have been like, "It's so good."
mm-mm,
Look,
mm-mm. Hey,
Yeah.
there's a thing going around now called confirmation bias. I'm confirming that I'm biased against tofu.
I can.
tofu. Tofu is not horrible. I like it. I've had it in soup, and I'm cool with it there.
Mhm.
You know what? My mom told me to the heart question. My mom told me liver is actually good for the heart. Now, I don't know that to be true or not. I don't eat liver, never have, never will, but she says it's good for the heart.
I've heard
Take
that.
that for what it's worth.
I've never.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Look, my mama might live a long time there because she loves her some liver. I'm
Hey,
not.
Arlo, if that cannot be true, let me say this. I'm not trying to Pete about to take me to jail. I did my own personal survey because every time I was served liver, I gave it to the dog. That dog is no longer here, so the liver can't be good for the heart.
That is a different heart structure, probably.
I'm just saying.
Mhm. Mhm.
He didn't pass the test, I'll tell you that.
I was gonna add to, because we were kind of talking about replacement foods like the tofu, which for some people might be extreme. I've tried it personally, wasn't a fan, but there are other like small ways to change certain things in your diet. So like I think I have to mention the what was it, whole milk and how that's bad for you, which I didn't know that. But there's alternative milks, like there's almond milk, like there's other things you can try. And I think I encourage people to at least try it once. And sometimes like it doesn't taste as different as you think it will. Um, Something else I like is because I love sour cream so much. So somebody, I think I saw it on social media, but they replaced sour cream with like non-fat plain Greek yogurt, which sounds gross. But when you eat it, you really cannot tell the difference between that and sour cream. Just saying. I'll just try it.
No, it's the same texture. And I think a lot of when we start eating, we talk about nutrition in our diets, it's about texture. For me, I can't get past the texture of liver. I just can't do it. Just like I cannot get past the texture of cornflakes. I don't do soggy food, soggy bread. I can't. So like the texture goes a long way. So I think if you're trying to substitute yogurt for sour cream, the texture is the same. It's not going to be much of a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Again, going back to the beginning of the psychoanalysis of our brain, probably not even the taste. It's more just the texture of us getting it past our palate. Like tapioca pudding. I don't know if you guys eat tapioca pudding. Again, allegedly good for the heart, but that's like cottage cheese. I can't get taste. The texture can't do. Tapioca pudding, cottage cheese, Just saying texture. Psychoanalysis.
I can see this, and I'm kind of with you there with the tapioca and that cottage cheese. See, cottage cheese, when I look at it, and I have tried it, y'all, it reminds me of vomit. And I'm like, when I look at it, like I can't get past the look of it. And so I'm like, yeah, no. I don't want it with my peaches. I don't want it with my pineapples.
Hard no.
None of
Hard
that.
no. Hard no. Hard no. Hey,
I would
so
probably
your mom,
give tapioca a try because it don't look like the cottage cheese
Your-
look.
sis, your mom and my mom must have hung out together because she sure tried to put some peaches on cottage cheese and give it to me. And I was like, Mama, I know you crazy. Yeah, that's
See,
the one
my
time I
mama
got away.
was not the one doing that.
Oh,
They
really?
did that at the school.
Oh yeah. See, y'all come from a different age. When we was in school, they serve you cottage cheese. That's for dessert. That's for dessert.
Bruh, cottage cheese, peaches, and saltine crackers.
Yes. Yes. And then hold
That
on,
doesn't
sis. Now
go.
we getting off topic
That doesn't-
because they gonna serve you cottage cheese and peaches for dessert because it's healthy. But in the morning, they want to feed me rice with sugar on top of it. Oh man, what are we doing here, people, to these young people?
This is a different experience.
Rice with sugar?
I got trauma. Unpacked baggage.
But they gave you rice pudding?
If that's what you want to call it, it was a mound of rice that they plopped on the dish and they had sprinkled sugar on it.
Mm-mm.
She said,
How did you feel about the yogurt? Because you made a face when I said the yogurt replacing the sour cream.
oh no, I
No, not
love
you.
yogurt.
Abby, I'm talking to you.
Okay, so I'm
Mhm.
okay with Greek yogurt. I don't know that I want my Greek yogurt on my taco.
But you can't think about it as yogurt because the texture of it is sour cream and it tastes
Because see, honey belongs on my yogurt.
this is plain non-fat Greek yogurt. It does not have a taste. Mm-mm. We just have to stick it
Granola
on there so you can
belongs on my yogurt.
So have you guys eaten Greek food?
Yes,
They have yogurt with their main dishes.
true. That is true. Okay, I get it. But
Again,
if I
think
have to make it,
yeah,
you know, it's
yeah.
the
I'm not gonna put yogurt on my baked potato. I'm just saying that right now. I mean, it sounds feasible, but I'm not.
you know, now I'm saying here, now that you say that, right? Because what's the one with the lamb, with the shaved lamb?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh my gosh.
But I
But
don't eat lamb. So
it's like the tzatziki sauce or something like that.
yeah,
Like it's like
yeah.
that's and I know that is yogurt based, and I
Mhm.
can eat that with no problem. But then when you say substitute your sour cream for your now I'm sitting here like, do I want yogurt on my taco? Do
Mm.
I want yogurt in my baked potato? I have a hard time, and it's a brain thing. It's a brain thing.
Psychoanalysis. That's the thing. That's it. So because in California, you would probably be run out of the state if you go into any reasonable establishment that sells Mexican food and say, "Hey, yo, replace that sour
Love that.
cream with some yogurt," and they're gonna kick me out of the state of California. I guarantee you that one. Now, I'm not saying I'm not gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
I'm gonna try it if somebody else make it.
I'm gonna try it.
I just know I'm not gonna, like, if I'm making it, it's got to be for a different purpose. Like, I'm not making it to like put it on my taco.
So
Like,
okay. So we're talking about the heart, okay, and its issues. Now you go to some kind of formal function, you know, and there's great. I go to a function of some folks I did not know, but who I really respected. The table was awesome. The food was it looked like the Last Supper. Like it was just all laid out on this long table, right? someone said, hey, here, try this. Now, I didn't want to be rude. So I look at it, and what it was the cow's head, the skull, with the brains in it. And I was told, yeah, go ahead and try that. Now, I want to tell you this. Cow brains has the same texture as tapioca pudding and cottage cheese. And I was not too pleased. When I was done, these folks was like, what you got to understand, this is good for your heart. Because that cow had just been sacrificed that evening, blood drained, so everything was fresh. They had split his skull. They had boiled the brains and then put the brains back in the skull. And these folks who happen to be Asian do not have any kind of health ailments. I'm not making that up. I'm just reporting what I experienced.
I'm not touching that either.
I couldn't get back.
There was two old guys at the end of the table with these long feng shui beards, and they did not look ill at all. Like, not at all.
I can believe that.
So you tried it.
Yes.
Right.
Because I felt obligated, and if you'd have seen those two old dudes looking at me, you'd have ate it too.
I would have threw it up. That would have been worse. So I would have just said
I don't know, Smith.
because
I didn't know
the texture alone.
It took a lot.
Yeah.
It took a lot. I'll never forget that day.
If you could do that, you could eat tofu. Because that's a different
Like I said,
Like
I said, I felt obligated that particular day. There's never been a point in time
we're gonna have to make you feel obligated for this tofu. Listen. Oh my gosh. No, this is awesome. But again, I think these are very important conversations for us to have. And as light as we're making them, like, they are very serious, you guys. And so again, it's just about, you gotta find what works for you. And as we mentioned, like, things are good, but in moderation. And if you know that you're doing too much of it, find a way to cut back on it. But it's important for you to talk to your doctor, talk to your family, understand what conditions are part of your family history. So then that way you can begin to work and be ahead of those things. This has been a great talk. Look, I absolutely love y'all. This has been awesome. Smith always come through. Whoop, whoop. Smith, before I do our outro, can you talk to them about the upcoming workshop that you have? Because isn't it this week too?
Yes, it's tonight, matter of fact. 6 o'clock here, California time, so that'll be 9 o'clock your time. It is live, but you can also catch it on my YouTube channel as a replay. And we are talking about the Black dollar. And you don't have to be Black to participate. It's designed specifically for young folks. The lady that's doing the presentation, I'm not doing the presentation. It's just through my channel. We partnered together. She's phenomenal. This is her life. I like financial literacy is what she knows, what she does. Last week was phenomenal. I can't even start because I don't even know what she talked about. But tap in. My YouTube channel is Smith the Speaker, SMIT the Speaker. It's all one. Go tap in tonight, 9 o'clock Florida time. Florida, represent Florida. What's up? Come on now.
I'll be on with you tonight. Now, I wanted you to take that moment so that you can share it, because I think it's important. Anything that is about financial literacy, so that our students and families can participate and learn more about how to be better financially aware, we are here for it. And thank you for creating that space and allowing our kids and families to be a part of it, our community to be a part of it. Look, that's my brother.
Free game, baby. Free game. That's all I do is give away free game all day long, 24/7.
That's right. I love it. All right, y'all. So taking care of our hearts is more than just a health goal. It is a lifelong commitment to self-care, smart choices, and overall well-being. Whether it's through better nutrition, regular movement, or learning how to manage your stress, every small step makes a big impact on your heart's health. Let's keep the conversation going. And most importantly, let's keep making choices that help us live healthier, fuller lives, because we want to see you around for a long time, y'all. Before we go, don't forget to check out our exciting events at Steps Foundation this month. We're so excited about everything happening within the organization. First, we're hosting our Youth Program Ambassador Information Sessions. We hosted our first one last night, and it was phenomenal. So shout out to those students who showed up and the parents who showed up and represented and got information. If you have a student who will be in 9th through 12th grade during the 2025-2026 school year, this is a fantastic opportunity to learn more about student leadership and advocacy. These sessions will give students and families an inside look at how to get involved, develop leadership skills, and make a real impact within their community. Also, be sure to keep an eye on our social media throughout February. We're celebrating Black History Month with Black History Trivia that is being posted on our page all month long. So I hope some of y'all been watching and answering the questions and getting them right. So yes, come through and test your knowledge. To learn more about our events and programs, visit us at www.stepsfoundation.org or follow us on social media at Steps Foundation, Inc. Your heart beats for you every second of every day. Take care of it the way that it takes care of you. Every healthy choice that you make today is a gift to your future self. So stay active, eat well, and take moments to breathe and appreciate life. Your heart is powerful, and so are you. So thank you guys for being a part of this month's Talk Tuesday. Keep striving for a healthier, stronger you. And as always, stay inspired, stay empowered, and keep leading the way. And so we look forward to seeing you guys again next week on Talk Tuesday. And we are out.